Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel or to the channel. I got another video for you today on a repair. I'm sure a lot of people that watch this channel are homesteaders or live out in the country, and that's probably why you watch the channel. If not, either way, we have a wood boiler to heat our property in the winter, and this morning I woke up to a fried out pump on the outside. So I'm going to show everybody just the quick process of swapping the old pump out, new pump in. And what we're going to do is, the old pump is a 009 F5. I believe they call them Tacos, not tacos. It's T-A-C-O, but I believe it's pronounced Taco. These had a lot of problems with overheating and frying out the motors, so they actually came up with one specifically for the wood boiler outside, and that's what we will be replacing it with. I'm not sure what the model number is on the new one. It is a 2420. So we're going to be taking the old one out, swapping the new one in. Couple of things. First, I had to remove the electrical wire from this and add it onto this one so that the new one can be plugged in. It doesn't come with a new one. Before you do any of this, make sure you turn off all the power to the pump, which I have the power shut off to the actual wood boiler and the power on the wood boiler off, and the pump plugs in, so that's obviously unplugged. So there's no power running through this, and we are going to now do this swap out. So you got 4 bolts and nuts that hold this together. Mine are 5/8, and then I'm not sure what the nut is because I'm using a crescent wrench to hold that, but I have already loosened them all up. And basically you want to make sure all your valves are shut off, anything inside flowing, and then any valves that go in and out of this tank. So I have it shut off and that one shut off. So you're going to want to pop these bottom bolts. Sorry about that. Loosen the bottom bolts and then make sure any excess water has drained out of it. We'll set these right here. Same with the other side. Remove that. All right. You can see that definitely has a little corrosion in there, but close that up. I will be right back. I'm going to go grab a rag real fast. All right, got a rag. So I'm gonna have to try to speed this up. There's rain coming in and I can already feel it dripping on me. Once the bottom one's off, start pulling the bolts out for the top one. Also, you need to remember to take into account the direction of flow on your pump so that you make sure you go back in the same way. On this one, my flow is going down, and the control box is on the top, which it tells you in the instructions that you want to make sure you keep that on the top. You don't want it mounted on the bottom. So wipe this off as well. And then we are going to take our new pump, which has these O-rings on it, the rubber gaskets. I'm going to actually attach mine to the bottom first and get this bottom attached first. It is definitely starting to rain on me. It's actually the #1 reason why I haven't gotten videos out lately. I've already done the seal on this wood boiler as well, and it was pouring rain on me the whole time I was doing that. I'm not going to tighten everything down yet. I'm going to leave it slightly loose just so that I have a little play, but I want to make sure it's tight enough that that gasket's not going to move. All right, now take the other gasket, get that on top. We're going to be able to push down on this and line it up in there. All right, make sure that gasket stays in there. Now we're going to tighten this up. All right, now I'll go to the bottom. Back side as well. All right, before I plug it in, I'm actually going to turn the valves back on and make sure there's nothing leaking out here immediately. So, turn this one on first. Hear that bubble. All right, there do not appear to be any leaks anywhere on this, so now I'm going to plug it in. Turn this valve back on. Get all this out of here. I'm now going to go inside, turn the power on, and then come back out and click this on real quick. All right, well, I'm definitely getting rained on. So, everything's turned on. Doesn't appear to be any leaks. Turned all the valves over in the house. Now we're gonna hit power. It's pumping, it's moving. All right. Let's check this real quick. Showing it's still hot in there, because when the pump goes out, if you have a fire going in there, it'll keep heating up. And when mine went off and it tripped the power last night, it actually left the solenoid open on the vent door. So it just burned through all the wood last night and got the tank up to about 208 degrees, which you never set it above 195. So we obviously didn't want that. So now this should keep going. The new pump is designed to take that extra heat and withstand it for longer than the old pumps. So that's that. Mine as well, since I'm out here. The rope seal on the door here. If you see it, that's a new seal. And the problem was my door was sticking shut. I couldn't get it open. And then once I did get it open, it wouldn't go back closed. So I obviously had to repair that. So it was a pretty simple job. Didn't really take that long. Which was hard all the way around. I ordered the new one and high temp silicone to go with it. I then took the channel where this rope goes and I hit it with a wire brush all around the outside of it on my drill, a power drill, and I put a brush on it and just wire brush the whole inside of the seal all the way around it. And then in the instructions, when the new one comes in, it says to start back here, halfway down the hinges. So somewhere in here, cone all the way up and around, groove right there. And then you take your rope and you start by placing it in there halfway up. You run it all the way up, just slightly pushing it into the groove that it goes in so that it seats. Run it all the way around, and then mine said to cut a 1/2 inch extra past the end. So I cut a 1/2 inch over, and then it pinches it in once it closes. It took about 48 hours based on the temperature here for that silicone to properly dry with the door closed. And now it opens, closes, no problem. Locks up, unlocks, pops open, and we've already had better burning this season. So hopefully that's boiler and ever has to change out their pumps. The old 009 F5 ones, they have a repacking kit. You can just repack it yourself, but it's like $300, and it was more worth it to buy the warranted new model boiler pump for $460. I think it was literally $464 out the door, and that wasn't that hard. And now, as you can see, it's at 206. We keep our set at 160, so it should slowly cool down. I'm gonna have to come out and repack it because there's no wood in there. It burned it all up last night. But thank you for watching the video. I hope you guys got some info out of that, and I hope you come back for another one. Like and subscribe.